Okay, lovelies, let's get started. I'm starting off with a prime face and foundation. Now we're moving on to the brows. I'm taking out a spoolie just to brush my hairs in the direction that I want them to go. That way it makes my eyebrow process a little easier. Now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. And I start by outlining my brow and then filling in the sparse areas. I start usually in the middle and then go towards the tail. And then I move towards the front of the brow, filling in any areas that need it. Now moving on to the other brow. I do the same thing basically, starting with the outline and then filling in the brow. Taking it to the tail of the brow and then going towards the beginning of the brow. Now it's time to play cleanup. I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toffee, also a flat synthetic brush. With this technique, you can clean up any mistakes that you made. So you want to go ahead and carve out the bottom of your brow, doing the same thing to your other brow. Now I'm taking my blending brush and I'm just blending away that concealer. You want to make sure that you blend, blend, blend. You don't want to leave your concealer on there because that looks tacky and you don't want to be that girl, trust me. So go ahead and blend. Now I'm taking my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot and I'm prepping my lids. This just makes sure your eyeshadow stays on all day long and it doesn't go anywhere. Now I'm setting that paint pot, taking my Kat Cosmetics Translucent Powder. This just makes sure that your eyeshadow blends out perfectly. Now I'm applying some tape on the back of my hand to get rid of that tackiness. You want to make sure that you do this step because if you don't, trust me, it will hurt with the next step that we're about to do. Taking that tape, I'm applying it to the edge of my eye. With this, it gives you that sharp eyeshadow look, so it makes sure that your eyeshadow comes out really, really sharp. So you want to go ahead and do that and apply it to the other eye as well, making sure that it's lined up together. Now I'm taking my face powder by MAC in the shade NW45, and I'm applying that in my crease with a blending brush. Making sure that I'm doing the same thing to the other eye. Now I'm taking the shade Morocco by Anastasia Beverly Hills and I'm placing that in the outer edge of my crease. Make sure you pack that color on until you get your desired intensity. Now I'm going in the shade that I got from Coastal Scents. It's a reddish orange shade, and I'm going ahead and applying that to my outer edge and to my crease as well. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward because I'm basically doing the same thing to my other eye as well. Just packing that color on until I get the desired intensity. Now I'm going with my Lorac Unzip palette, and I'm going to take one of the darker shades in there. I can't remember the name, but it's a dark burgundy color. I'm going to apply that to my outer edge of my eye just to build up some intensity, give it a different range. Now I'm going in with my lid color. This color is from the Coastal Scents 242 palette as well. It's a silver color, but it does have some orange specks in it, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over my lid. And now I'm just doing the same thing to the other eye. Packing that color all over my lid. Now I'm going in with the brush that I had before and I'm just blending out all of the edges. Now it's time for wing liner. This is one of my favorite parts. Now this is where the tape comes in because it really helps with the outer edge and get a sharp wing. You just want to start at the outer corner, that's where I start, or you can start in the middle, doesn't matter. You just follow the line of your eyelid, and then you just keep building it up depending on how thick you want your wing. If you don't want it that thick, then I advise you to stop somewhere around here. But if you decide that you want a thicker wing, I advise you to keep building it up until you get what you want. And right here is where I messed up. I added a little extra gel liner that I really didn't need. But this gel liner is from e.l.f. and it's the color black. Now it's time to remove the tape. Now you see where I have the sharp line for my gel liner and my eyeshadows. Now it's time for some concealer. I tried this new Maybelline product only to find out that I really didn't care for it. It was really patchy, and then on top of that, it was a little too light for me. In order for me to use it next time, I'll probably mix it with a different concealer that I have and warm it up on the back of my hand so maybe it will blend a little bit better. But here, I'm not really feeling it. And trust me, it shows on my face. Just give it a second. Not so much. Here's where I'm putting on my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toffee. This is what I typically use. This is my jam. It matches my shade a little bit better, and it's not too light for me. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that on top to see what that does for me. It's still a little too bright underneath my eye, but it's just makeup. You live and you learn, and you know what to do for next time. Just go ahead and continue to blend. I'm using my beauty blender to blend it all out. You definitely want to make sure that the beauty blender is damp when you're blending out your products. It blends so much better. Now I'm going in with my Ket Cosmetics translucent powder, and I'm just setting underneath my eye. And now I'm just contouring. I'm using my Ben Nye concealer in the shade dark. I'm contouring my forehead. I'm going to go ahead and contour my cheekbones. I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose, and also I'm going to contour a little bit underneath my jawline. And then blending all of that out with a damp beauty blender. This thing is life. So if you don't have one, I definitely advise you to go out and get one. You can get one at Sephora. You can order it online. It's only about $20. Yes, it is a little expensive for a sponge, but trust me, it is a miracle worker. Now I'm going in and blending out that concealer with a blending brush. I didn't want to use the beauty blender before because I used it on with powder and I didn't like the way that it looks, so I'm going in with a blending brush. Now it's time to set. I'm using my MAC Cosmetics face powder in the shade NW45. I'm just setting all of those areas. I am an oily girl, so it is important to me that I set. Now I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I am taking the deepest shade in here. I'm not sure of the name of it, but if you guys would like to know, go ahead and let me know, and I'll post it in the description box below. And I'm just going to go ahead and contour. I'm contouring my cheeks, my forehead, my nose, and my jawbone. Now this is the part where I kind of messed up, but I mean, you live and you learn. I went ahead and put the translucent powder underneath my contour just to sharpen it a little bit, but only to find out that it wasn't so much translucent, and you guys will see what I'm talking about once I dust it away. Here's where I'm applying my false lashes. And now I'm dusting away that powder. As you can see, it did leave a little bit of a white cast, so now I know either to not use it or take some time to blend it out a little more. Now I'm applying blush. I did get this from Black Radiance. I'm not necessarily sure of the name of it, but I did find this product at the drugstore. It was at Walgreens. Now it's the time to apply highlight. I'm using MAC's Global Glow, and I'm highlighting my cheekbones, a little bit above my cheekbones, and I'm blending all of that out. Just going ahead and blending it into the blush. As you can see, I was feeling myself a little bit. Applying it to my nose and my cupid's bow, and a little bit to my forehead. Now I'm going ahead and applying some of the same colors I used on my eyes underneath my lash line. I'm applying that orange color mixed with that red, and then orange by itself again. Now it's time to dust away any fallout that I may have when I was applying those shadows. Sorry. Now I'm going in with some Urban Decay eyeliner, and I do believe this shade is in 0. And now I'm going in, highlighting the inner corner of my eye. I am using that lid color as well as that Global Glow from. Now I'm just applying a brown lip liner. I did get this from the beauty supply store as well. Just lining my lips. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply my lipstick. I am using the Revlon Color Burst in the shade Audacious. To me, it was a little bit patchy. I did have to go over it a few times with a few different coats, and it was still a little bit patchy after that. I'm not sure if it was the formula or what it was. I did purchase it last year, so maybe it has something to do with that. So now I'm picking up another Revlon color. I'm not sure of the name of it, but I did purchase this one last year as well. It's a whole lot more creamy. So here I am just applying that right here. And this is the final look. If you guys like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Leave me some comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.